Child, you cannot make this stuff up. So, y'all know how we've been saying that Jay-Z next, Jay-Z next, Jay-Z next. I was reading somewhere, somebody was like, now that we talking about Jay-Z, everybody acting shocked. Well, you gotta get a public a minute to let it sink in. Cause I know we've been saying it, but then when it actually happened, it's like, ooh. And when I read this, when I seen it, first off, I seen this on Fox, okay? Not somebody's shady blog like mine, okay? I seen this on CNN at the Fox, so you know they serious. Child, when the real white folk news get to talking about you, they is not playing with you, okay? Child, so, and these are serious allegations, so let me stop playing because my heart goes out to the victim at 13 at that. You know what I mean? No child should have to even know. Their body shouldn't even have to know nothing about sex to begin with at the age of, forget 13, 14, 13, 12, like no age under 18 years old. You shouldn't know nothing about sex. You know what I'm saying? So I'm bringing to you guys what the lawyer, so the lawyer filed the lawsuit, and then Jay-Z took it up on himself to write his statement. Now, mind you, when do we ever hear from Jay-Z and Beyonce? Not never. I don't care. It could be some of the most heinous, craziest things in the media, and they will not address it. But they address this, though. So let's read what Jay and his lawyer had to say. Okay, so I found this on Google, girl. So it says a deplorable human. Jay-Z says Houston lawyer Tony Busby tried to blackmail him. So now Jay-Z comes out with his own statement with him and his lawyers, and he said, and we're gonna start from right here at the third paragraph where it says in the statement. So in the statement, Jay-Z said his lawyer received a demand letter from Busby because Busby knew the nature of these allegations and public scrutiny would make Jay-Z and his lawyer want to settle the suit. No, sir. It had and mind y'all, this is Jay-Z talking, where you hear the no, sir. So he said, no, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny, Jay-Z said in the statement. The rapper then encouraged Busby to file a criminal complaint as the allegations are so heinous in nature. So now, pause. I feel like, Jay-Z, you really playing. Stop playing with us. Of course, it's heinous in nature. We're talking about a 13-year-old girl who says that she was, essayed at an event that you, Ann Combs, and a female celebrity was at. So the rapper then encourages Busby to file a criminal complaint as the allegations are so heinous in nature. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case, Jay-Z said. And pause. So here's my thing about that. He's trying to say, why do they need money if a crime was committed? And that's kind of rich coming from a businessman of his stature in America. You know exactly why they would need money if a crime was committed. If a crime is committed against a person, and they have every right to then come after your assets. Hello? You know that. You a businessman. You know what I mean? Like, stop playing with us, Jay. So then, let's go back. Okay, so he says, and I'll go over it again. So whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case, Jay-Z said. Jay-Z then said he researched Busby and said he has a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you, I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine? Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity, Jay-Z said. He then goes on to mention his family in the statement, including H-Town native Beyonce. Of course, he got to mention her. He got to make this look real good. He said his only heartbreak comes from having to sit down with his children and explain the cruelty and greed of people. He goes on saying, I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. Now, when I read that part, I was wondering, are you talking about your children or the child that we're speaking of in regards to this lawsuit? You know what I mean? Because she was done wrong, and that's what we're here for. We're not here to talk about your babies, although they're sweet and all, and God bless the kids, but we're here to talk about this baby right here. So then he goes on and says, I'm not from your world, talking to the lawyer. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the projects of Brooklyn. He got to say that. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes of honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have leveled against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. He ends the statement by saying, I look forward to showing you just how different I am. Now, he looks forward to showing both Bugsby Law and the public just how different he is. But you the same man that has been kicking it with Diddy for quite some time now. And I'm talking about a little bit of time. I'm talking about since the early 2000s and even before then. These folks have been birds of a feather flock together. And I don't think I read it, but he also had mentioned somewhere in that statement saying something like, every celebrity is not the same, but birds of a feather flock together. Whatever you decide to hang around, that is what is in your character. That's who you are. That is what you are. You know what I mean? If that is not you, what are you doing hanging around that? You know what I mean? It's one thing to deal with somebody because of business, but it just seems like they have such a camaraderie, Diddy and Jay-Z amongst each other, don't they? It seemed like they real cool. Like they just, they real buddy. Well past business. So I'm sorry, but it's just not that hard for my mind to agree with the victim. Like, I don't see innocence here. You know what I mean? If he did it, I'm sure, if your friend did it and you was there, you probably indulged. Like, miss me with the BS. And this poor girl, and I don't have the paperwork, but if you guys want to go check out the lawsuit, it is crazy. And it's all over the internet. This poor girl said that, and remember, this is the early 2000s. So early 2000s, it wasn't no internet. You couldn't just, you know what I mean? You had to go to where celebs were partying at and go to some of these events. So she probably was just hanging out. They said that she was outside of an event going up to cars. That's something that a wild teenager would do. You know what I mean? Going up to cars, seeing where the after party was at. A kid, neither but would. You know what I'm saying? But going up, seeing where the after party was, and a driver put her in his vehicle and proceeded to take her to an event where both Diddy, Jay, and a female celeb, I'm sure, along with other people, were there. And she went on to explain in her statement that Jay did it to her, and then Diddy turned around and did it to her. Like, everybody was just watching each one do it to her. Like, so Jay did it to her, Diddy watched, Diddy did it to her, Jay watched, but then she hit Diddy and ran away. Like, some way she got away from them. She got outside of the event, ran down to a gas station and called her father. I don't know what this is going to, like, what comes next, but I'm definitely going to be watching. I haven't been doing a lot on this channel, but I'm getting ready to change that up. So yeah, drop a comment, holla at me in the comments or whatever. But I can't wait to see what this brings. This is crazy. Catch y'all later. Peace.